Hello, everyone. It's Labor Day. And what better time to host a Fertility Hot Seat? Even though Labor Day is not about labor per se, as in giving birth, but I'm sure a lot of the girls on the trying to conceive path are maybe a little triggered by the Labor Day word. Labor Day is happening here in the U.S. and technically it's a holiday. But we are here for another Fertility Hot Seat. Amazing. So this is how it goes down. And just so you guys know how it works, one of you is going to ask to join me live, and I'm going to accept your request. And then you're going to come on live and you're going to tell me about your fertility case. And I'm going to give you advice. I'm going to set the timer, 15 minutes. My advice is based on my almost 20 years of clinical experience as an acupuncturist, as an herbalist, as a best-selling author of that book. I have helped women all over the world conceive. I am not a medical doctor. I am a practitioner of traditional Chinese medicine. I do also have a degree in biology and chemistry, and I'm a bit of a science nerd, but I am not a medical doctor, and this is not medical advice. This is advice based on almost 20 years of clinical experience. So, with that said, has anyone asked to join? Let's see. Okay, we have some requests coming in. I first also want to just address these lovely balloons behind me. We did hit 10,000 followers on Instagram, which is a BFD in my opinion. I'm very proud of myself and my team. We've done it all organically and naturally, and it's an honor to have reached so many people and to continue to reach so many people and to come to you with this message and this mission of love and empowerment and fertility enhancingness across the board. And we're doing 10 days of giveaways. So if you guys haven't seen the giveaways in or on my Instagram and Facebook posts, please check them out. Enter to win. There's so many juicy, amazing giveaways. We have 10 days of giveaways. We're only on day 3. The gifts get better and better with each day. So stay in the loop, stay in the loop, stay in the loop. All right, let's see. We have a couple requests. I think Kristen G, I'm going to go with you. If you guys haven't noticed, the pattern is if you ask first, you're kind of getting picked. So I sent you a request. You are here.
Yay! Hello.
How are you?
Doing good. How are you doing?
I am doing all right.
Thank you so much. I'm so
my
excited.
Gosh. You are so welcome. I'm excited that you're here and on. So we got 15 minutes. Why don't you shoot? Tell me what's going on.
Okay. I'm 35. I have PCOS.
Okay.
I think it's probable that I have endometriosis, but I don't know.
Okay.
Based
on symptoms?
Based on symptoms. My RE thinks it's possible.
Okay.
I am going to try to get pregnant hopefully this year using donor sperm. I have not tried to get pregnant before.
Okay.
I'm in a homosexual, same-sex relationship.
Okay.
My periods are erratic.
Okay.
The cycles are long.
Okay, long cycles.
Yeah, like the last one was 15 days late. The one before that was 25 days late.
Okay.
I got acupuncture.
Like a 40 and then a 60 some odd day cycle.
Yeah, but then I'll have a few good ones.
Okay.
It seems directly linked to my diet, but I'm in Reawaken in week.
Okay.
I think I'm in week 6 of that.
Okay. So Reawaken, she's referring to my book, Body Belief, and the fertility, well, we call it the Fertility Purify Eating Plan in the fertility world, but it's the Body Belief Eating Plan. Okay. So tell me what's changed following that diet.
My last cycle was 14 or 15 days late, but it was perfect. The blood was a good color. There were no clots. Cramping wasn't that bad. And it lasted for 5 days.
And did you see signs of ovulation too, mid-cycle?
I did, yes. And then and then I PMSed for 3 weeks.
Are you getting acupuncture or has
yes.
Okay.
And she put me on 3 herbal formulas.
Okay.
I'm bummed. I'm a little bummed right now because I feel I'm doing really everything right. And my digestion's not that good. My cycle wasn't that good. Like as in
Meaning
it wasn't on
3 weeks
time.
of PMS too. Okay.
Yes.
So tell me about your digestion then.
Slow. When I wipe, there's a little bile that I see. It's bright yellow.
Okay.
Or I'm constipated, which is weird. I drink so much water. I always feel dehydrated.
Okay.
Even though I'm drinking a ton of water. And I've seen both of my ovaries. They're, I'm trying to think of everything to tell you. Both of my ovaries are cystic. But 2 years ago.
Ovasitol?
I'm taking this one.
The Premama?
This one.
The myodinositol. Okay, and how much are you taking of it?
4,000,
Okay.
2,000 twice a day.
Okay. And okay, so digestion slow, bright with the bile, and then either constipated. Do you feel dry too? Is your skin dry? Hair, skin, nails?
No, actually.
Okay. How about cervical mucus? Do you see discharge?
Yes, I have cervical mucus.
Okay. And do you see it like a couple times throughout the month where you see it like heighten and then go away and then come back? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
That's always been normal.
PCOS. Yeah.
Okay. Or maybe that's not normal.
But meaning, well, no. Meaning your body's trying to ovulate and then it slows down and then it tries again and then it slows down. And so that's classic with PCOS because the way I see it is like there's just so many cysts sitting on the ovaries that it's like hard to just push out that dominant follicle.
Okay.
So it takes a couple. And in Chinese medicine, we'd say there's just not enough yang. Like the yin doesn't fully ripen, but there's not enough yang to expel it out.
Okay. I've been doing castor oil packs.
Okay. Good.
I started doing those.
Okay, so castor oil packs. And then, so tell me, you're in early reawaken, but what are you eating? So digestion is still bad. Like, was it bad in the Purify?
No, it was great in Purify.
Great in Purify. And so what did you add back in? Fruit and all the other veggies?
Quit eating fruit. It's mostly been veggies. I tried melon first and that I had joint pain. Joint pain is usually a red flag symptom for me if I eat gluten. So I'm having joint pain on and off and I'm really surprised by that.
Okay.
I'm eating artichokes. I reintroduced mushrooms, but I quit eating mushrooms because my acupuncturist thought
too
high in mold.
Yeah.
Plantains. A girlfriend of mine that did your program that did coaching with you said that you suggested plantains around PMS. So in my long PMS, I ate a bunch of plantains.
Okay.
I don't think I reacted to those. What else?
Okay. And so then, in the Purify, digestion was good. Like healthy, normal bowel movement.
Amazing. They float. They were good. They were regular.
Okay. And then you entered the early reawaken. And so what really changes there other than, were you doing the liver support use still every day or not? You are. Okay.
Yes.
And
I didn't for like 4 days because I ran out, but then I made more and yeah,
could
less
that
bile.
have been the impact? Okay, let me see. And then so what else? So then you added in artichokes, plantains, any different meats or fish or anything like that?
Poultry and a variety of fish because I'm trying to get a wide amino acid profile.
Okay. What about any shellfish?
Shrimp. I ate shrimp twice. I don't think my body liked it.
Yeah, I was going to say maybe there's a shellfish issue.
My mom's allergic to it.
Okay. Have you been tested for like thyroid antibodies? Do we know
yes.
Those? Okay.
My brother has Hashimoto's. I've been tested for Hashi's a few times because it runs in my family. I don't have it.
Okay.
My last TSH in June was 2.3. My AMH is 11.2.
Yeah, because you're polycystic.
Uh-huh.
Don't make the other girls jealous. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, no, it's not that I'm 25.
She's got plenty to go around, guys. She'll share some.
Yeah.
Okay, and how long have you been doing the Ovasitol and the castor oil packs?
I started the castor oil packs last month in my long PMS.
Okay. And if you're not, because you can't actively get pregnant at home, so you could just do them all month long. That's what I would do, like 4 to 5 a week, every week.
Okay.
What other supplements are you taking?
I'm taking this krill oil.
Okay.
Wild. And
how much? How much of it?
How much?
How many milligrams or grams?
Let me look.
I see all the questions coming in, guys. I'll answer them after we're done with Kristen's 15 minutes, okay?
1250. 1250.
Okay, I would double that.
Okay. Then my acupuncturist gave me Ease pearls. These are food grade, she said.
Okay. Yeah. Can you read the Chinese to me? Let me just see.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can't, it's blurry. I can't really read
It
it.
says Fu Fang Xiao Yao San.
Yeah, okay. So, that's good for just moving stuff, chi and
Okay.
energy.
And
You know,
tiger
instead of doubling
pearls.
the krill oil, I would maybe do krill oil and then add in, like, you know, me and my cod liver oil, add in that, like
Okay.
2 grams of that. So you're at, or half a gram and a half of that. So you're at about 3 grams a day, basically.
Okay.
Because that'll help lower the inflammation. And then also you're eating enough protein and enough carbs, right?
Yes, I've been tracking
Okay.
macros. I was at a high fat. I was like 70% fat for like 2 weeks.
Okay.
But then I increased my protein. I'm at around between 100 and 120 grams a day. That's the thing I've been curious. How much of that should I be eating? My BMI is 30. I'm 5'7". I weigh 191 pounds.
BMI is 30, 5'7". That's a lot of protein, but I guess because you're 190 pounds, that's fine. How are you getting all that protein? Break it down. Because is it that? Did you increase that much protein in the Reawaken? Because maybe that's hard on your body right now.
Maybe I did increase my protein, but I felt so hungry, and now I don't.
Yeah. Okay. So it might not be a bad thing
Okay.
long term, but it might be what's causing the hiccup right now. Do you know what I mean? That's a lot to
Yes,
digest. So maybe some, like, yeah, have you heard of Wobenzyme, the digestive
I
enzyme?
have.
That might be helpful. Something like
Okay.
that. Or you can have your Chinese, your herbalist give you something for digestion. But
She did. The
okay.
tiger pearls, Tao Hei Wen Pi Tang.
Yeah.
Sorry for the horrible
No,
pronunciation.
I do it too. And I know the language a bit. Yeah, maybe that. I'm wondering, like, it's obviously you're doing more cooked than raw foods too.
Oh yeah, I don't eat any raw foods. Everything I buy is organic and pastured,
Okay.
local,
And tell me the
grass-fed.
sources of protein.
Different cuts of beef.
Okay.
I had strip loin steak yesterday. I made a brisket in my crock pot the other day.
Okay.
Sometimes I eat poultry.
Okay.
I'll make like turkey burgers, but with like ginger and like green onion in them.
Okay. Okay. So all this sounds right. I wonder if you need some kind of digestive enzyme that
Okay.
might help things. Like the Wobenzyme too will help because it breaks up like cysts as well.
Okay.
So it might help from that perspective. So I would add in the Wobenzyme. I would double the fish oil, like the essential, and I would just, instead of doubling the krill oil, maybe add in
Cod liver
there's some
oil.
argument, yeah, that krill oil is a bottom feeder and maybe has a little more toxins. I don't know. There's all these different
Okay.
things. I still stick with my old standards. I'm just kind of a creature of habit. But, you know, I think doubling the fish oil, adding the Wobenzyme, doing the castor oil packs, acupuncture, the herbs. And then I'm just trying to think what else would be causing the bowels to be. It might just be that the protein's a little hard for your body to digest. So you feel better on it, but it might just be that it's like slowing things down, you know? And your energy's good. And what about like hemoglobin? Has that been checked?
My A1C was 4.6. My last fasting glucose was 83.
Okay.
But it has been in the past like 100, but
Okay.
not for a while.
So the protein is what's helping you probably too. And then you're picking the right carbs for your body too, right?
Yes.
Like the plantains, obviously, and then
Sweet potatoes,
vegetables. Yeah. Okay.
butternut squash, carrot. That's the only starch I'm having.
And do those upset your stomach at all?
No.
No. Okay.
My
good.
body loves sweet potato.
Okay. Okay. And then plenty of fat, right? So you cut back the fat and increase the protein. I wonder if it's that, because the fat is so oily and greasy that maybe it was allowing things. So maybe, what are your ratios now? Like, what's your macros?
It's like 40% fat, 20% carbs, and the rest percent protein.
Right. So 40, 20. So maybe go down a little on the protein and up a little on the fat. Like maybe there's like a 45% fat and like 35% protein.
Okay.
I don't know. I see resistance in your face to that. It's funny.
No, I'll play with it. I'll play with it.
Yeah, or just you know, I would just add in a little more of the fat and see, because you might, and the extra fat is good for the fertility, right? We know that. I mean, the protein we know is great for especially PCOS.
Yeah.
But the fat, we know, like 40 to 60% in the macros is pretty good for fertility too. So
Okay. Is over 60
like
too much? Is 70 too high?
I mean, yeah, I can sometimes hit it too. Like I track my macros and sometimes I'm like, I try to stay at like 50 in my fat, but yeah, I just eat a lot of fat.
Okay.
But yeah, try to get, if chances are you eat that much protein, your fat is going to be pretty high, right?
Okay.
Because all protein has fat, but see if you can just get a couple, servings of foods that are just solid fat in there too, and see. And then so the endometriosis, because of bad cramps and the
She
other
said,
symptoms.
yes, my cervix is very sensitive,
Okay.
and I have like rectal pain on my period.
Yeah. Okay.
And my RE said, do 3 IUIs, and then if I don't get pregnant, talk about the lap. That's one thing I wanted to ask you. If like, how should I just do the laparoscopy now? Should I wait and see?
How old are you?
35.
I mean, the lap is a big, it's a big deal to get surgery. I'll say that. But it's also a big deal to go through fertility treatments and not have success. Like here's the thing, like if you have endo and you did IVF, it would probably bypass any structural abnormalities. But and if you're following a diet like this, you should be treating the inflammation that would then impact egg quality and potentially implantation and all those things. So I think it's almost like a quality of life choice more than you have to do it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because I do think a lot of girls that I work with follow the diet and the lifestyle and all this stuff. And when we do the lap, it's really because we have like a low AMH or, maybe diminished reserve, and we know there's poor egg quality. And so the lap, I think, just gets us there faster because it clears out all the inflammation that could be impacting the quality. With a reserve like yours, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like you can play and see, because we also don't know. You've never tried to conceive before. So I feel like we just got to, get in there and see how it goes. Pregnancy is the best solution for endometriosis because it just kind of puts the body into like a holding pattern. And typically then you're going to birth a lot of it out and everything changes and shifts. And so, yeah, I guess my answer is I wouldn't rush to the lap. I'm not sure you necessarily need it. I would like stick to all this.
Okay.
Acupuncture, Chinese herbs, the castor oil packs, even some mind abdominal massage. N-acetylcysteine. There's some interesting research on taking N-acetylcysteine. Just Google N-acetylcysteine and endometriosis.
Okay.
And there's like a certain dosage pattern that you follow, but it really helps reduce the inflammation and kind of regulates the immune system so the body doesn't host any attacks. I would also consider or discuss with your RE about baby aspirin once you are pregnant, that could potentially help things. Like, so if there is an autoimmune component, which I mean there is, going on, that we don't have a miscarriage.
Okay.
Make sure your MTHFR. I mean, do you have MTHFR?
I asked to be tested for that, and they said no.
Yeah. So I would just treat yourself like you have it. DM us, and we'll send you my MTHFR guide. Okay. And then you can follow that. But that can help a lot too, because you're basically, your body, it's like not necessarily that you're estrogen dominant. With PCOS, you're probably more likely progesterone deficient. And so it looks like it's out of whack. So regulating ovulation should then help your progesterone, and then the estrogen will kind of even out. But then also if you support an MTHFR mutation so your body can kind of detoxify itself. Okay. It's a very layman way of describing it. Then symptomatically you should be better. And then also puts you in a better position for pregnancy.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I should mention I developed asthma 5 years ago as an adult.
Yeah, so falls into like the same
autoimmune.
Autoimmune category. So, I mean, this way of living, like AIP, is really where you need to stay. And I think you're just going to play around with the ratios, like your macros, because I feel like that's probably it. The Wobenzyme might be the game changer for you too, because it'll just help you start to digest more efficiently. And then you can absorb your nutrients. Like you're trying to get, this amino acid profile across the board, but your body might need more help breaking it all down.
Okay. I really appreciate that.
And then I think the fish oil for sure is important because it'll help reduce the inflammation. And then of course, like all the other things like movement and meditation and sleep and, I get it because you have these diagnoses and you don't know because you haven't really ever tried, but we shouldn't assume though that you can't get pregnant. Does that make sense? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, don't get too ahead of yourself, if you will. Like, I think it's so smart. Be prepared. Go into this. but you know, I always pose the question too of like, what if we didn't know that you had fertility challenges? You know what I mean? And we just couldn't
Yeah.
conceive about it. And like, you rather focus on like, I want to feel my best. I want to feel my best. I want to be in like the best health possible for this pregnancy, and approach it that way versus I have PCOS. I think I have endo. You know, you know, it's like I have all these autoimmune things. And rather shift it to this style of eating works for me because I feel my best, and
Yeah.
these supplements help me feel my best, and you know, my skin looks good and this is working, and I when I have the joint pain, I know I'm headed in the wrong direction, you know, versus getting too fixated on like, is this going to happen, what if it doesn't happen?
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. How
Oh,
long do you think I should wait to try?
oh so when I thought you said that, so IUIs, what is your RE recommending?
Whenever she wants me to lose more weight.
Okay. Okay. So
But
maybe
she
give
said
yourself
whenever.
like, I would do like 3 months, like strict AIP, and then maybe go into it.
Okay.
And the castor oil packs and the acupuncture and the herbs and all that. Yeah, 3 months at least.
Okay.
Does that sound okay? You
Oh
got
yeah.
time. Yeah.
Yeah. She said she's not terribly concerned because my AMH is so high.
Yeah. You have time. You do have time. And this way of life, you know, kind of reverses that physiological or chronological age clock. So look at it like that too. But yeah,
Okay.
I'd say at least 3 months, maybe 6. But you have to gauge that based on your emotions too. You know, if you start to feel really anxious about it, then get the ball rolling.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
This was so great. I really
Oh,
appreciate
good.
it.
Of course, Kristen. Thank you so much. And keep us posted. And then DM us
I
and
will.
we'll send you the MTHFR guide, okay?
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Thanks so much.
And all you guys, I'm going to come in and answer questions right now. And we'll forget why. I don't know how to make you leave, Kristen. Oh, okay, you left. Okay. I'm going to come through and answer questions. My skin looks amazing. Thank you. Had a good walk this morning. Okay, let's see where the questions started rolling in. Oh, I look so beautiful, you guys. 10K. What are castor oil packs for? So Google Aimee Raupp and castor oil packs, and you're going to find a video and a blog post all about castor oil packs, or just DM us and we will send you the link. Do you recommend taking food intolerance testing? I do not. I recommend an elimination diet. If you want to know more about why I don't, you can, you know, Google it. I probably talk about it in a lot of different blogs and interviews, but also in my books, I talk about why. There's just no data to really support that it's effective. The best is elimination diet. Started first month of acupuncture, spotted 2 days before cycle started and was a day late. What would cause this? You know, I mean, we're not robots, so it could be the acupuncture, could not be the acupuncture, it could be just moving some things around. There might have been some stagnation in there and we want it out before you conceive. So I would keep at it. Can you do castor oil during luteal? I don't. If you've tried to conceive, I don't recommend castor oil during luteal. Would you continue with cod liver while pregnant? Yes, I took, 2 teaspoons a day in my pregnancy with James. Preston Institute says yes, everyone else against it. You mean Price? I think you mean Weston A. Price. And I don't think everyone else is against it. You know, it's just the vitamin A content. So if some doctor gives you a hard push back against the vitamin A content, then just take a regular fish oil. I have the Nutrigold that I recommend on my website is without the vitamin A. And I'd still recommend a high dose though of like 2 teaspoons a day. The dose for pregnancy is not clear. Okay, your skin is amazing. Which days do you recommend acupuncture during IUI process, before and after? Yeah, if you can, I recommend before and after. What are must-have supplements for endo along with diet? Can you take wheatgrass and luteal? Yes to wheatgrass. Must-have supplements for endo. I mean, everybody's different. I always have everybody on liver and cod liver and a good prenatal or spirulina. A good dose of fish oil, 3 to 4 grams a day of the cod liver oil, liver, the spirulina, probiotic. I'm more likely to do N-acetylcysteine these days, just because of the research, but it kind of just depends on the case, right? So it's really diet more than supplements, and you want to go towards egg quality, of course, and reducing inflammation. So I really go after that with diet and supplements and herbs, you know, depending on the case. But my standard recommendations stay the same for everybody, regardless of the diagnosis, and then I tweak accordingly. Okay, you guys, this was great and exciting. How about quercetin for endometriosis? Sure. I mean, there's 100 million things out there that you could take. Diet to me is still the most important, and it should be like the diet in my body belief book or the autoimmune paleo diet. They're basically the same. So I go for diet first, and then, you know, layer on supplements as needed based on symptoms that remain after they've been on the diet for some time. And sometimes I'll do a Dutch analysis or a 23andMe, and I'll combine that information to find out more. Really just depends on the client, but really things that are going to help balance the immune system, sure. I know it's a vague answer, but, you know, there's 100 different supplements for 100 different things. They want me to try acupuncture again. Last time I didn't get any relief. Any suggestions? Yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of acupuncture. I'm writing a blog right now before I came on here about acupuncture and assisted reproductive techniques and how useful it is. You know, I've been practicing for 17 years. So I think maybe it's just finding the right practitioner, or you know, I had a call earlier today where she was like, oh yeah, acupuncture just didn't work for me. And I said, well, what didn't work? Well, I didn't get pregnant. And then she told me, oh, but my ovulation got more efficient, and I was BBT charting, and my temperatures got higher. Oh, and my cervical mucus increased. And I was like, so acupuncture was working for you? And she was like, you're right. It wasn't working for me. You just didn't get pregnant. Okay. So different story. If your acupuncturist is not talking to you about diet and supplements and lifestyle, I would find another acupuncturist. I think it's really important. Chinese medicine, one part of Chinese medicine is acupuncture. Then there's herbs, and there's lifestyle, then there's diet. So I think it's really important that you work with an acupuncturist who's looking at the whole picture. Acupuncture practitioners in Toronto, I would look up Lorne Brown, Lorne Brown. He's in Vancouver, but he has a whole affiliation of different acupuncturists. I think it's called AcuBalance is the name of his clinic. I would reach out to him and ask him. I have scoliosis. I tried 5 months acupuncture. Pain was worse the next day. Yeah. So, I mean, again, you know, I would, maybe find a different practitioner. Maybe there's a combination of things you need to do, you know, maybe some like zero balancing or Rolfing, things like that. So, you know, it's hard for me to tell you exactly over this forum what's going to work for you, but I would keep searching until you find it, because you deserve to feel better. Okay, guys, I'm going to hang up because I have a 2:30 call. Love you. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.